So here we have the sand clay mix that we're going to use for the second layer of the thermal mass. And same as before, we're going to start at the base and spiral our way up. For this, it's critical that you use your other hand to keep it from splooging out while you're packing it into place. So you can go ahead and start working the second layer as soon as you finish the first layer. So I'm working to get a 3-inch thickness in total for the thermal mass, 1 inch for the interior level, 2 inches for the second. So a few techniques to keep in mind while putting on the second layer is if the first layer had dried out in any way, you want to wet it down slightly and to get this clay activated so it'll make a nice connection with your second layer. Another thing to keep in mind is to make sure that you work it in enough that there's no gap or airspace at all between the different layers. So to counter the effect of it tending to splooge out while I'm packing it down, I like to give it a good spank starting at the bottom and working it way up so it's nice and even depth all the way up and over. Right, now that I've brought the second layer up to the height of the oven door and up a couple more inches than that, I'm ready to do the very top of the arch of the door. And since I don't have anything underneath it to hold it in place while I'm packing it in, I'm not going to be packing down on it, I'm going to be packing in on it. Now we have a nice, strong, thick arch. As I'm building up above it, I need to keep in mind that there's nothing holding this up. So I need to be really careful doing any of the work above it. Alright, so here we have completed the second layer of the thermal mass for the dome of the oven. And we know we're ready and done with this because it's all packed smooth and you don't see any cracks or gaps or evidence of where one handful of the mix went on and the other one went to meet it. So it's one monolithic mass. So now, in order to prepare this for the next layer, I'm going to do the same as before, using my fingertips and make pock marks all over it. This serves a couple different functions. It makes contours and texture for the next layer to key onto, and it also increases the surface area for drying. And if any cracks do appear in the drying process, they'll be localized.